We just finished wrapping up watching the exciting first round matchup between the Golden State Warriors and Sacramento Kings. It's not every year that we enjoy a first round series that has been this entertaining. Usually, the most exciting playoff series don't come till the best team of each conference meet in the later rounds. But there have been times where we have enjoyed some fun first round series. So let's rank the top 5 most memorable ones. At number 5, we have to start with the 1994 series between the Seattle SuperSonics and Denver Nuggets. This was the first time that a number 1 seed lost in the first round, and this was considered a huge upset. The Sonics won 63 games, and the Nuggets were 1 game over 500. Seattle was dominant in the regular season, and this was supposed to be an easy series for them. They even won the first 2 games by double digits. So what happened? Dikembe Mutombo took over the series by doing what he does best. He blocked 31 shots total, which is a record for a 5-game series. The last 2 games were the most impressive. He went for 8 blocks in Game 4, and then he went for 8 blocks again in the final game. He completely shut down the middle, and he was the reason why Shawn Kemp averaged 37% from the field. Meanwhile, Mutombo averaged 12.6 points, 12.2 rebounds, and 6.2 blocks per game. This might have been the highlight of his Hall of Fame career. At number 4, we have the 1984 series between the Detroit Pistons and the New York Knicks. This was a legendary battle between Isaiah Thomas and Bernard King. But believe it or not, Bernard outplayed the Hall of Fame point guard. For the series, he averaged 42.6 points per game on 60% shooting and 8 rebounds per game. He's only one of 5 players that have averaged more than 40 points per game for a playoff series. And it wasn't easy for him. In Game 5, when he scored 44 points on 17 and 26 shooting, he was playing through the flu and a dislocated middle finger. We also can't forget that in Game 2, he was playing through a strained ligament in his left knee and severe leg cramps. However, he was still able to score 46 points on 70% shooting. And in the first quarter, he scored 23 consecutive points, which is still a playoff record. The Pistons had no answer for him, but Isaiah Thomas wasn't going to go away without a fight. In the fourth quarter of Game 5, he famously scored 16 points in the last 91 seconds of regulation, which included the game-tying 3-pointer with 23 seconds left. But it wasn't enough, as the Knicks took control in overtime and won this incredibly entertaining series. At number 3, we have the 1989 series between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Chicago Bulls. We all know why this is here. The shot by Michael Jordan that occurred in a game that was an absolute thriller from start to finish. They exchanged leads 9 times in the last 3 minutes, and the last 3 sequences were especially exciting. Jordan made a clutch jumper over Larry Nance with 6 seconds left, which had given the Bulls a 99-98 lead. Then off the inbound pass, Craig Elo made an easy layup to take the lead with 3 seconds left. And we all know what happened next. It's the iconic shot that made Jordan arguably the greatest clutch player in NBA history. What made this shot even more epic was the way he responded to all the criticism that he was receiving in the prior game. In Game 4, Jordan had one of the more bittersweet 50-point nights ever. He was extraordinary in that game, but he missed a free throw with 9 seconds left that would have given Chicago a 3-point lead. Instead, the Cavs forced overtime with 2 free throws. Jordan blew a chance to close out this series at home, so he had to prove to himself and the NBA world that he could respond. And he did it by making one of the most famous shots in NBA history. At number 2, we have the 2006 series between the Phoenix Suns and the Los Angeles Lakers. This series had it all. There were poster dunks. There were plenty of fights, game winners in multiple games, Raja Bell throat slamming the best player in the world, Kobe urging Raja's parents to hug the poor kid some more, and the controversial Game 7 where Kobe decided not to shoot. What more could you have wanted? But let's highlight the biggest moments from this legendary series. In Game 4, the Lakers had multiple heroes. Believe it or not, the Lakers don't win this game without Smush Parker. He first makes his off-balance 3-pointer that starts the comeback. Then he made one of the most impressive defensive plays ever. He steals a ball from Steve Nash without fouling and taps the ball over to Devin George. He then hands it off to Kobe, who makes his tough runner over Boris Diaw. Then in overtime, Another unsung hero for the Lakers made a big defensive play. Luke Walton was able to force a jump ball with 6 seconds remaining. That set up Kobe's most memorable moment. After grabbing the ball, he immediately started racing to his favorite spot, and he made the biggest shot of his career. They went up 3-1 in the series, but the Suns came all the way back. In Game 6, Kobe scored his playoff career high of 50 points, but it was all for nothing. The hero for the Suns was Tim Thomas, who made this huge three-pointer that saved their season. As a Lakers fan, it's a shot that still haunts me to this day. It sucks the way the series ended for the Lakers, but every game was so much fun to watch. At number 1, we have the 2009 series between the Boston Celtics and the Chicago Bulls. This one easily takes a spot. There were so many huge plays from various players. For example, in Game 1, Tyrese Thomas scored 6 points in overtime, which allowed the Bulls to win on the road. Then in Game 2, Ben Gordon and Ray Allen traded huge baskets in the fourth quarter. Gordon scored 12 straight points in the final 4 minutes. But Ray Allen proved why he's one of the greatest clutch performers ever. He hit back-to-back three-pointers, including the game winner with 2 seconds remaining. Then in Game 4, the Bulls won in double overtime. It started with Ray Allen once again making a clutch shot that forced the first overtime. Then Ben Gordon got his revenge on Allen by forcing the second overtime. And John Salmons wins the game with this block on the truth. But don't worry, Paul Pierce got the last laugh. In the following game, he made 2 clutch shots. He made this jumper to force overtime. Then in the extra period, he scored 6 straight points, including the game-winning jumper that Kevin Garnett seemed to approve of. This series was already legendary, and then it went to a whole other level in Game 6. It went to triple overtime. Brad Miller, of all people, saves their season in the fourth quarter by making 5 straight points. Ray Allen in the second overtime makes his crazy 3 to force a third overtime. By the way, he scored his playoff career high of 51 points, which included going 9 of 18 from the 3. But it wasn't enough because the Bulls kept making big plays on both ends of the court that forced the Game 7. This whole series is what NBA playoff basketball is all about. I have never seen a playoff series more exciting from an entertainment standpoint in my life. Before we conclude this video, I want to give an update on my upcoming book that I've announced will come out during this postseason. I'm 95% done with it. It's going to be coming out within the next few weeks. For those who are new to my channel, I'm going to release the all-time greatest NBA book, regular season edition, counting down the top 325 greatest regular seasons by a player. This is going to be the best NBA history book out there. So subscribe to my channel for upcoming release dates so you can be one of the first ones to get your copy. Thanks for watching.